And good afternoon and welcome again to The Doctor Is In. I'm your host, Jim Callow, and today we're going to talk about a couple of events that are coming up. First, it's the LeowStrong bike ride, formerly known as the Menominee River Century. It's a fundraising event that will honor and remember the late Dr. Tom Leo, who passed away November of 2015 of cancer. Nikki Leo, Tom's wife, is here to talk about fundraising efforts for the bike ride. And we also have with us Greta Hodge, who's here to talk about the 7th annual, it's already 7th annual Jim Hodge Memorial Run that'll take place on June 16th. And we also have John Hofer, the marketing director for BAMC, who will talk about how both events support the new hospital's cancer care and cardiopulmonary department. And welcome all.
Thank you.
All right, so I guess we'll talk about the oldest event first, and that's the Jim Hodge Memorial Run. How did it come to be, Greta?
Well, after Jim passed away, my children and I talked, and we thought, what a better way to honor him by doing a run, because he loved to run. He was active in the community. So we decided to do a 5K, 10K run in his honor. And the first year, our proceeds went to the Pulmonary Fibrosis Foundation. Then after, John and I talked, and he kind of gave me some ideas and said, why don't we keep the money local and see what we can do to help people around our community. So that's how the run has started, and it's been going on. Like you said, this is the 7th Jim Hodge run, and
I would never have guessed it's already seven years.
I know, but it's really a good event. Yeah.
One of the things we find, Jim, is that when you're out raising money, if you're able to say it stays local, it helps local patients, that's kind of a big deal. And so we do what we can to support efforts like Greta's and Nikki's, because as a 501c3 foundation, we can accept those donations, and the companies and individuals who make the donations get the tax deduction, as well as supporting local cause.
So the money goes to?
The BAMC Foundation, and the foundation board then manages that money and distributes it based on the wishes of the person raising the money, in this case, Greta, and now Nikki.
All right, so you've raised, it says here, over $75,000.
Yes, and I think Jim would be so happy to know that he's helping other people in the community that need some type of support, if they are afflicted with some type of lung issue or heart issue. And it really is, it's come to be a really good cause that I am very proud of.
Great. So what kind of equipment have you been able to add because of this?
Well, I think we've purchased a couple of treadmills and a weight machine that people have been able to use and build up their strength while they're going through such an illness.
The cardiopulmonary rehab area at the hospital is designed to help those patients who have chronic lung and chronic heart disease. They're never going to be cured, but they can learn to live a good lifestyle. And so they're in almost every day getting instruction and education and working out on the equipment. And it's a very popular program. It has grown by leaps and bounds as people understand they can manage this. And it is in a bandbox right now. It's a very small place. And I was just talking to somebody about the new hospital. If there's a department that should be doing headstands about their new place, it's going to be the cardiopulmonary area, because it's big.
Lots more room.
It's great. Yeah. I've had so many people come up to me and say, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it, because I've benefited from the facility. So that makes me very happy, and I knew it would make Jim very happy.
Absolutely. So all the equipment is moving on over to the new place this summer.
Moving on, and Greta's looking to make sure that we can continue to provide new and improved equipment for this group of patients.
All right. Well, let's talk about the run itself. When is it and what is it?
It is June 16th. It is a 5K, 10K run walk. So anybody that is not a marathon runner doesn't have to even think about running. They can walk, they can run, whatever they want to do. And it starts at 8 o'clock on Saturday, June 16th. We have pre-registration Friday night from 4 to 6 at the YMCA in Menominee. Saturday morning at 7 o'clock until the time of the run, which is 8. And we also have a raffle that goes along with our run and walk, and with a lot of nice prizes that people have been so willing to donate to our cause. And the people that sponsor this run have been tremendous, and I have to thank John and his crew, his staff, for all the work that they do to help, put this event on. So hopefully we can do it down the road many years.
All right, so it'll start and end at the YMCA in
Yes.
Menominee, and we've got 5K and 10K routes for both walkers and
Yep.
runners.
Mm-hmm.
So something for everybody.
Right.
All
So
right.
please come out and run and walk, whatever, to support a good cause.
All right, June 16th.
June 16th.
All right, anything else?
People can register at BAMC.org. The other connection that Greta didn't mention was that not only was Jim very active in the community and active in sports in the community, but he was also hospital board chair for a number of years. So close connection to the hospital as well. And that's kind of a connection both these
Yep.
ladies have here is their husband's close connection to the healthcare community in Menominee.
All right, so for more, check out BAMC.org. All right, this is The Doctor Is In, and today we're talking about a couple of events coming up early this summer. And let's move on to the first LeowStrong bike ride. It's an outgrowth of the Menominee River Century Ride, which was around for many, many years. How long
Oh,
back
my
did that
goodness,
go?
we were going on 45. And I can't take credit for all those years. I kind of glommed onto it halfway through.
Yeah, so it's been around for a long time, but I guess last year you said that wasn't going to happen this year.
Well, it's 2018, and in 95 days, we're opening a new hospital. And so it was one of those, what can we conceivably take off our plates for 2018 to make sure that everything that we need to do goes smoothly. And the ride was going to be one of those things that we felt we could put on hiatus and then bring back. But as soon as we announced it, we had a lot of people saying, we're afraid. We're afraid that if you don't do it for a year, you won't do it again. And although that was never our intention, I could never convince people like Nikki Leo that it wasn't true.
So, Nikki, you stepped up.
I did. I was working one day at the hospital, and I saw the email from Ed, the CEO, saying that they were going to postpone the ride this year and bring it back next year. And I thought, that's not good. So I contacted him and asked him if there was a way that we could get community members together and keep it going if it was the workforce that was the problem. And we met, and they had a different idea. So I was very honored that they were thinking about changing the ride and doing it for Tom. And he was a huge biker, a huge runner, a huge swimmer. Being in the community and doing things like that was just right up his alley. So he would be very honored that this event was now for him.
All right. So it's going to be a little bit different this year, and let's talk about that.
This year's a fundraising event. We're going to raise money for the BAMC Foundation, with the proceeds going towards cancer care, local. Unfortunately, our cancer journey brought us far away from here, but the initial diagnosis was here, and we did as much as we could here until we had to leave. So I think offering support for that for other people in the area that are diagnosed with cancer is a wonderful, wonderful thing to support.
All right. So tell us what the ride is going to do this year.
Well, we're going to, we did make a few concessions to the fact that we didn't get started on it quite as early as we normally did. We're only going to be running the 3 shorter routes. So if you're a biker, 50 miles is short, right? So there's a 9-mile, a 25-mile, and a 50-mile. And they're very popular routes. They go on some nice territory, nice roads, great rest stops. So there is that element of it that's going to be a little different. If you're intent on riding 100 miles, I guess you can do the 50
Do the 50 twice, yep.
There's enough time, right? So where's it going to start and stop this year?
Well, we're hoping that we're going to start at the rec center. We typically started at the high school, but rec center is right next door, and it's a brand spanking new building that would accommodate us quite nicely. So that would be different. The rest of the rest stops are pretty much the same. I mean, Nikki, you and your family rode in it for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
So you're familiar.
Yep. I'm excited that I never did. Well, I take that back. I did the 100 once on a tandem with Tom. He kind of dragged me through it. But otherwise, we've been doing the 50, and all the rest stops are wonderful, and having burgers right away in the morning is a good thing, too.
Anything in moderation.
Yep.
So you've got some of your regular sponsors back this year?
And that was great because everybody stepped back up. And there was almost this, when we made the call and said, we're back, it was, we're glad. And so Johnson Controls is back sponsoring the big rest stop at Peshco Town Hall. Stevenson National Bank and Trust is back doing the kids rest stop. The people who typically ride the route and help the bikers if they have any mechanical issues, they're back. So
And happy they're doing 50.
and happy they're doing 50. That got to be a little long today. So we really were able to put the band back together pretty quickly. And I'll tell you, the one universal thing was, well, if it's for the Leos, count me in.
Great. So what date is it?
June 24th.
June 24th, fourth Sunday in June, as it always is.
Same day.
All right. And let's talk about a little bit more about that fundraising. What do you expect it's going to do?
Well, we're using the Greta Hodge model, which has, been quite successful. Where Nikki's the one that's going to be, asking to financial support for the ride, and we're using our usual staff and volunteers to help run the ride so she can concentrate on that. But I know the whole family is going to show up and help that weekend. And Greta, I know that's something that always occurs with the Hodge run. It's a family reunion wrapped around a run.
Everybody comes home, yes.
Indeed. So, well, we certainly hope that the numbers will be what they've been in the past, and the weather is what it's been in the past. It's always been a pretty
76 and sunny.
John always can predict 3 months ahead of time. And usually he's right. It's been a good weekend. So how can people register in advance?
Through the BAMC.org website, and I think there's a Facebook page for it also.
Facebook. It is 2018, so you can Facebook us, Jim. Like us.
Okay. Like them on Facebook and get all the information. So, all right. And the registration, I guess, for the bike ride closes, it says, on June 15th.
And then
online registration,
yes.
But you can be there the morning of, and they'll be
That's
glad
usually how
to
I
have
sign
you.
up.
Yeah. You look out the window, it's 76 and sunny, just like Hofer said it would be.
And
I guess I'm going to go for a bike
time to
ride.
go. So, all right. So, and these two events, of course, coming not too far ahead of the opening of the big new hospital.
We open on August 16th, if I can put a plug in for that, because it's important that folks know that that'll be the date we move from 3100 Shore Drive to 3003 University. We're also going to be holding a series of open houses in the middle of July 17th through the 21st. Public events will be the 20th and the 21st. The first public event we're holding there is going to be on June 3rd, and that's going to be the Cancer Survivor Picnic.
So that's going to be the very first public event on the new grounds.
First public event on the new grounds, and we're going to see how that goes. I've never held an event there.
But it's ready. It's on schedule, ready to roll.
On schedule and on budget. And if I took you in there today, Jim, you'd feel like we could put a bed and a nurse and a patient in a room and take care of them. You saw it when
I
it
saw
was...
it back in January when there was still a lot of studs showing, but it's come a long way in the past few months.
And the Cancer Center is truly the gem of that building. A lot of time and effort was put into making sure those patients got the best. What Nikki is doing with the bike ride is going to help us continue that effort.
All right, excellent. So again, June 16th, it's the 7th annual Jim Hodge Memorial Run, and you can go to BAMC.org and learn all about it. And then June 24th, it'll be the first LeowStrong bike ride, and we're looking forward to that as well. Check out BAMC.org or the Facebook page. So it's so great that you ladies have been able to step up and really do something good for the community in honor of your husbands.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank
It's
you for
great.
having us.
They're both great events.
All right. Anything else, John?
No, it's just another case of me finding someone to do all the work that I can take credit for. So, thank you very much.
Good job. All right, thanks a lot. So we've had Nikki Leo and Greta Hodge and John Hofer talking about these events, and this has been The Doctor Is In. It's brought to you by Bay Area Medical Center, and join us again next time. I'm Jim Callow. Have a great afternoon.